Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a whole video over newborn favorites so far. We have a 2-week-old. She'll be 2 weeks old tomorrow. And I feel like this is a little early to do newborn favorites, but if it changes, I will do an updated video. We haven't gotten into like carriers and stuff yet, just because most of the carriers you have to be like 8 pounds. I know some people still use them. We haven't needed it. She's been a great sleeper and loves sleeping in her bassinet, so bless. Love that for us. But I will include the carriers that I do have that we used a ton with our last little girl. And I know we're gonna have to have her in a carrier with how active our little girl is now. So sit back, relax. And I tried to make a concise list of favorites. We're just gonna go through it on my phone and hopefully you find it helpful. I feel like postpartum favorites and newborn favorites kind of depend on your baby, like specific items like pacifiers, bottles, and stuff. I'm not including that. I did include that in my last newborn favorites with, once again, my last little girl. But I just think it depends so much kiddo to kiddo that it's kind of irrelevant. But there are certain things that I think are very helpful for almost anyone, and that's what we're gonna get into. First item up, I'm pretty sure I started the last video with this too. However, I have a brand new appreciation for the Owlet Sock. That is my #1 newborn favorite. Just, it gives you so much peace of mind. They have updated the sock actually, so the little Owlet Sock is just a baby monitor, but they have a little sock that goes around their foot and it tracks their oxygen levels and their sleep and everything. And we had that with our last. I already loved it, but we actually had 3 separate little episodes 2 days after being home where Avery, our 2-week-old, her oxygen dropped very low, and thankfully I was able to get to her like right away because the sock has an alarm that goes off if they need you, like if they need you to get more comfortable, I think is what it says. Yeah, so that went off. It allowed me to get to her immediately. Her little lips were purple and it just, I'm so thankful we had that. I love the fact that it tracked that. I could show the doctor exactly what happened, like it had it tracked on the app. So I personally, just putting that out there, I also don't want to say that to like make you scared, because that was not a normal thing that happened. Or we had a pretty fast delivery with her, and even when we were in the hospital they said that it's very common for them to have some amniotic fluid in their lungs, whatever. Long story short, I'm not saying that to scare you, I'm just saying that because it was already a favorite of mine and now I appreciate it so much more. It is FDA approved now, and they actually also have a like medical grade sock where if for whatever reason your pediatrician, my cat is knocking this over. They actually have a prescription sock that is very close to what they use in the hospitals and everything. So your doctor could get you a prescription for that. So you could buy that sock to monitor them at home. All in all, I just think it's amazing that they have this technology, and something I am very grateful for, and I could not mention. The one thing I am going to say, when we originally got it, we got the Owlet, I don't think you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. We got the camera monitor and the sock. I would highly recommend not getting the camera, save some money. I don't think their camera is great. It lags a lot. I personally prefer having a monitor that is not. That cat, Logan, will not leave me alone since coming home postpartum. So I don't know if he's getting all the hormones and like sensing them, but he won't leave me alone. Yeah, their camera isn't great. It lags a lot. The only way you can see it is on your phone in the app. And I prefer having a monitor like this so I can be working on my phone, still see baby. This does not lag at all. So that would be my biggest recommendation. If you are gonna get it, I would just get the sock. Don't bother with the camera. I don't think it's very good. Newborn favorite #2, Stretchy Swaddles. She is in one right now. We actually haven't even tried any of the sleep sacks we have, just because she has been loving the swaddles so much and it's so easy to just get her in and out of. She's been wrapped up in swaddles every time she's been sleeping. Whenever she fusses, we can put her in a swaddle and she immediately calms down. You can just tell she feels all nice and cozy and she loves it. So there's obviously a lot of swaddles. These ones that are hung up over there, I am leaving them hung up because they look very cute. And those are ones I got with Emmy, but they are not stretchy, and they don't stay on well at all. I feel like you have to have ones that you can pull snug around them or else their arms just immediately come out. So I like Lulu & Company. I made a whole baby clothes favorites video. I will link that down below if you're interested. But any Stretchy Swaddle, highly recommend. That is all that she has been wearing so far. We are going to start to try some of our sleep sacks that we have for her, but like that we had with Emmy on her. But so far, she's been a huge swaddle baby. Loves it. I have two favorites from the same company, one being the Snuggle Me feeding pillow. I know the Boppy is very popular, but I had this with our first and I loved it. It looks like a moon. The fact that it is thinner around the sides, just I feel like it allows it to get closer to me, stay in place better, and especially our rocking chair in our room, and this one even. It just makes it easier to fit because it's not so bulky behind you, so I can really get it close. I have really liked this. It has the changeable covers, so whenever this gets dirty, I can just take it off, wash it, and then it's good to go. Another thing that is a little more expensive, but I have loved it, and it's obviously lasted us through 2 kids now. And they have the Snuggle Me Infant Lounger. Love that thing. We used it a ton with our first, and we have already used it a bunch with Avery. Especially having a toddler now, it's just nice to be able to set Avery down instead of having to hold her all the time. And she can kind of sit and hang out with us, or lay and hang out with us. And big sister, Emmy, is not always seeing me carrying her. She's also, you know, like I can love on Emmy, try to balance out the affection so we're not having any jealousy situations. I'm sure that will come up at some point, but regardless, the infant lounger is so nice just to be able to have a place to put them down. They are not technically supposed to sleep in there. Being fully transparent, if I'm awake and doing something and she can sit right next to me while she's napping and not in her bassinet, she has done that before, and I think it's great for that. But that is just like that is up to you, obviously. But I would be lying if I said that our little girls never slept in there. We're always awake when they're sleeping in there. We are monitoring them. But the infant lounger is fantastic. Another thing, it just comes with like the regular organic cotton, whatever this is. And then it has the little washable covers that go over it. So very easy to clean if they spit up in it or if they have a blowout or something. You can just take the cover off, wash it. We got a lot of use out of that with Emmy, and we've already used it a ton with Avery. Especially just having multiple kids, it's so nice to have a spot to put a newborn down in. And another reason why I know I'm gonna love carriers coming up here soon. Okay, these two next items, I'm actually gonna make, I think, separate videos for Instagram and TikTok because I feel like people like to hate on these, but they're so inexpensive. I'm like, if they make any kind of a difference, why not try? One being a wipe warmer. It has been a game changer with little Miss Avery. During the nighttime feeds, I can feed her on one side. I'll change her diaper because she always poops after she eats off the first side. I can change her diaper while she's still like happy, milk drunk, just like nice and sleepy. She doesn't wake up because that wipe is nice and warm. And then instead of her like crying, spitting up, getting the hiccups, and then having a bad second feeding on the other side, it's just easy. She stays very calm. Because, I mean, just imagine you being all warm and cozy and then being all unwrapped and then a super cold wipe going on you. You probably wouldn't like that either. So, wipe warmers, I'll have all of this stuff listed and linked down below, but I think the one that we have is off of Amazon and it was like 20 bucks. I've seen the videos where it's like these baby items are a total waste of money, and wipe warmer is usually one of the things on there, or it's one that people are like, absolutely love it. Something inexpensive like that, I think it's worth trying, and for both of my little girls, it made a big difference. So I would definitely say it's one of our favorites. And like I said, it has made nighttime feedings so simple because she's not screaming, crying while I'm changing her diaper because she's cold. She's happy. And it makes breastfeeding so much easier when you're not fighting a screaming baby. Next thing up that I feel like people have opinions about is the Shusher. We once again used it a ton with our first, and it has been nice if she is fussy, especially during nighttime feedings. It sounds so silly, you're like, it's so easy to just shh, shh. But when you're doing it for a long period of time, you're like, okay, I'm out of breath and I'm gonna pass out. So the Shusher is really nice. If she's fussing, I'll just turn that on. I have it in the diaper caddy right next to our rocking chair in our room. I'll let that play while I am feeding her on the other side. It gets her right back to bed, and then I can put her back in the bassinet. I crawl back into bed, get some more sleep. I love it. So Wipe Warmer and Shusher, I personally think are 10 out of 10 worth it, especially because they're so inexpensive. It's not like you're making this huge investment and it's a gamble if your kid's gonna like it or not. 20 bucks, 10 to 20 bucks, I can do that. And if they like it, amazing. If not, I haven't spent too much money on it. Next favorite is a portable white noise machine, but specifically the Hatch one. It is a little bit more expensive, but I feel like 90% of people I know with kids have the Hatch Rest machine, white noise machine, whatever it's called. We have it in our room, the nursery, and in our first daughter's room. Hatch portable one is super nice because it's small. It has a little clip on it, so you can just put it on any of your diaper bags, travel bags, whatever. And the sounds match the sounds that you have in the other rooms. So it's all of the normal Hatch sound machine noises. So it just makes it easy and familiar for your baby. So I've loved that. It holds charge really well. That's actually the one that I have used exclusively with Avery so far. I took it to the hospital with us, and that helped her, I think, sleep better in the hospital, especially with how much the doctors are coming in to check on you and baby. And yeah, I have it playing every night. It's gone all throughout the night, the day, the night again, and I think partway through the morning before I've had to charge it. So the Hatch little portable sound machine has definitely been a favorite of mine. I have two favorite carriers that I am so excited to start using. One is the Solly baby wrap carrier. That is obviously a wrap, so it's very soft. Here, I'm not gonna undo the whole thing because it's kind of a pain to like get folded up again. I didn't use this a ton with Emmy. She did not sleep very long. Like her naps were super short. So by the time I got her in there, I felt like she wasn't going to stay asleep very long. She had colic and reflux, so it was hard to keep her happy, I guess. But carriers were great. She liked the Artipoppe carrier a lot. That one is definitely more expensive, but I loved it. We can still use it with her, and I'm so excited to use the Solly wrap. So if you like wraps, I think the Solly baby one is phenomenal. And then the Artipoppe, that's like a good in-between carrier. It's soft, but also not like a super structured one. Very easy to get on. It just has a back clip and then the two side clips that go around your arms. I love that one so much. I do think it is worth it. I hate saying that because I know it is very expensive. They do have a referral program though that I think anyone can sign up for, but if you shop through the link below, it's just my referral code. I think it gets you like $57 off of a carrier, so anything helps. But I have loved the Artipoppe carrier, and I promise, I already know that we're going to be using it a ton because I obviously am going to be chasing around a toddler and having to hold baby girl. Okay, last couple little things on here. One being the Haakaa. Very easy to put on one side while baby is feeding on the other side. I feel like especially in the first week when your milk's coming in, your boobs hurt a ton. So this should technically be on like a postpartum thing. When your milk's coming in and if you get like engorged, yes, pumping will help, but that's also telling your body that you need more milk. So it's just going to keep making more to meet that demand. So instead of pumping, the Haakaa was really nice to just collect the letdown. One, you're starting a little storage of milk. And it just helps relieve, I think, a little bit of the pressure in your chest, which can be oh so painful. So I love the Haakaa. They have the little ladybug one that like goes in your bra. I think that one's kind of nice because it can't be kicked off. But I still use the other one. When they're newborns, I feel like they're not wiggling around too much. But if you're worried about that, they have the little ladybug one that can go like inside your nursing bra so it won't fall off. I've had such an appreciation for the Little Remedies saline drops. I don't know if it's just because we have a toddler at home who has a runny nose all the time or just the time of year, her being a winter baby. The poor thing has been so congested, so the little saline drops have been a dream. I just put it like right under her nose, and when she sniffs in, it softens it all up. And then if she sneezes, she usually sneezes the boogers out. If not, I can suck them out with the little bulb thing, whatever. But those saline drops have been clutch this time because the poor thing has been so congested. Next favorite, VAVA monitor. I already talked about monitors. I just personally like having one that I can hold that is separate from my phone. It's not just on an app where the Wi-Fi can crash and then it's not doing good things. I've been really happy with this one. I think Target has them, and they have a split screen version that is great for if you have multiple kids. So highly recommend the VAVA monitor split screen if you have multiples. I have loved that so far. Oh, I totally forgot I put this on the list. Speaking of camera monitors, I got a camera monitor for the car. I really wanted to do that with our first, but then I never got around to it. I found one on Amazon, I think for like $40, and it's fantastic. I know the Tiny Travelers one, kind of like the VAVA monitor, they have a split screen. That would be very nice, but it's like, I think close to $400, and I'm like, you know what? That seems like a lot, and before I do that, let's see if I even like this one, and then I could put it in Chris's car if I wanted to, but I've been so happy with this one I found on Amazon. Once again, I'll have it linked down below. I love it. It has a very clear picture. The monitor itself is honestly probably like this size. I think the screen might be even bigger. Super clear picture, easy to turn on, and easy to install. It took like 5 minutes, but I've loved that. And then it's not having the sun coming in, reflecting off the mirror, blinding baby or making them hot. So I've been very happy with the camera monitor for the car as well. Okay, last two things. I feel like this was kind of all over the place, but I'm also a little rushed because newborn life, and my boobs are already telling me that she needs to eat again. But the vitamin D drops, I forget what the brand is that I got, but I can just put a little drop on my nipple before she starts eating, so then once she latches, she's getting her vitamin D. If you're breastfeeding, I'm sure you already know that they tend to be deficient in vitamin D. They're not getting that like they are with formula-fed babies, so just having some way of them getting vitamin D, and that one has been so easy. I wanted to share this really quick. This is like not a necessity, but I wanted to just share the comparison because I've been super happy with these. I got 2 bundles of the Lulu & Company new muslin burp cloths. These are fantastic. They are more expensive, so I just got 2 packs. But these have been great for overnight. So I'm not like running through burp cloths. This thing is so big. Once again, my babies tend to spit up a ton and have reflux. So this one is so much bigger and just, I feel like way more absorbent like this compared to the traditional. This is just like one off of Amazon. So much bigger. So I've been really happy with these, and this is like double layered versus this one, or triple layered. I don't know. This one is so much better. So not that it's a necessity, but I feel like having these for overnight feedings has been really nice. I still use these during the day and everything, but at night, just to keep it simple and not running through a ton, I have liked these a lot. I think that is it. This is going to be a lot to edit because I am stumbling over my words, but hopefully that was helpful. Let me know what some of your baby favorites are or newborn favorites are. I am going to also record a postpartum favorites. My plan was to knock those both out right now if possible. So if you haven't already seen that video is coming soon. It's a much shorter list, but I know a lot of you wanted to hear what my postpartum favorites are. I didn't do that last time, and I do feel like that would be kind of helpful. So that video is coming soon if you haven't seen it already. I will likely be wearing this exact same thing because we are batching content. We have our part-time nanny today and she's sleeping, but she's waking up right now. So I love you guys. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.